Welcome back, everyone. This is Zach with my guest.
Mario, and apparently someone's holding on really hard to your balls, dude. Are you okay? Your voice just went up like a fragment there.
Hi, everybody.
Oh my god! Okay, so what are we going to be reviewing today, man?
Oh man, today we are looking at not brand new, but it's still something we've been keeping our eye on. Is the Alien Covenant trailer?
Oh, is it the sequel to that one movie about the teenagers with powers that went to school and stuff?
Close. It was that other one.
I think it is. Oh man, yeah. No, okay. It started very shitty in that that the teaser that they brought for this at first was garbage. It looked like your generic ass scary movie, just an alien as a cherry on top. But this, I actually felt there was a tiny bit more to gather from it. It definitely brought up a lot of crazy theories, some that I've been looking up and some that I've thought of. Yeah, I can't say it's all too original or something that's gonna, bring back this Alien franchise, but I could see it happening. I could give it some chance. I don't know. What do you think?
Based off what I've seen, I don't see them moving forward at all. This is just Prometheus 2. Like, cut and
that's
dry.
It is a sequel to Prometheus.
Well, I get that, but in terms of filming, it is exactly the same. The same color palette, the same scary scenes, the same everything, just scene per scene, and that kind of annoys me. Like, I know it is Prometheus 2, but I wanted something a little different. Just, I don't know.
But then when they do that, you're going to be like, that's not at all the same, bro. What happened? You don't want anything new. You know the population just wants their dirty shores and their honey boo-boos. They don't want anything new, man. But
that's why we have Transformers 5 or whatever.
Oh, yes. No one wants change. No one wants change. But you know what? You know that I'm an aliens bitch. I will straight up cuddle those aliens.
You have your dick so far up aliens, but
yeah, absolutely, man. I absolutely love this franchise. I mean, my favorite genres are horror and sci-fi. So when those meet together, it's a lovely pairing. Everything is all in the right places. It's all nice and tight. There's no flab or fat going around, And yeah, it is very much something where I am biased, so I can see that, but I'm not blind. I definitely see a few missteps here and there that if they do translate to the movie as they do, which I'm sure we'll get deeper into, I don't know, man. I was okay with Prometheus, but I'm just hoping this doesn't go south. But you know what? One thing that I do want to touch on is the viral marketing. Have you seen any of it?
I have not, actually. That's what's been amazing is I haven't seen a lot of information on it. So when you said about fan theories and everything, I've missed on it or I just haven't looked hard enough, but I have not seen any promotional stuff on this.
Oh man, you suck, man.
I'm just checking the wrong websites. I'm not watching
research.
I'm not watching the same porn you are, I guess. I don't know.
I'm a man with very particular tastes. But there is some bits of marketing where I guess they were showing little clips of a lot of the characters from the movie, just showing what it's like before they go into stasis. Mm-hmm. And they're just talking about what their families were going through and everything. And there is this one scene where I've only realized, of course you know that Danny McBride is going to be here. Mm-hmm. You know what's his name?
Tennessee.
Oh! Gee, Carnation, you just got it right, boy. Oh my god, bud. Yeah, I mean, at least from as far as the viral marketing goes, just the other marketing has been kind of pretty good. Like all the posters and all those other promo images they've been showing off look really interesting. But let's get right into the actual core of the trailer. This is a crew made out of couples. They are going with the intention of colonizing this new world. And I'm thinking, well, if you're trying to colonize, there's obvious fucking involved. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't see a lot of those people in that room for very healthy genetic diversity, man.
Right? We got Tennessee, we got Assassin's Creed, and then we've got
Don't forget your boy, James Franco.
That's right. That's right. Why?
Oh, man.
Like, why did you choose these people?
We're missing one thing. Seth Rogen. I don't know why, but he should have been in this movie. That we could have gotten the best trio for this movie, man. It's all dark. It's all mysterious. You hear weird noises and then...
Everyone would be confused on who the alien was.
I can't tell. They're all so disgusting. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, you know what? Actually did the research and looked up. Without any kind of interference or checks on who you can reproduce with and how, guess how many people are necessary to create a viable, genetically diverse population?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would guess, in terms of how many couples or how many people in general?
Oh, individuals.
Individuals? I would guess 1,000.
No, 5,000.
Okay. And it was in the thousands. Yeah, and you have what? Three couples or something? Like,
yeah.
If that.
And I don't know about you, but I saw one of those dudes holding another dude's shoulder, which is cool, but it's like, if you're going there with the intentions of reproduction, you're kind of walking backwards on this, you know?
They're all secretly gay and they're like, fuck.
I know, like, they finally get to the planet after years of planning it back in headquarters and they call up, "We got a surprise!"
Oh no.
Y'all fucked. But yeah, man. What about, at least from anything else you would like to touch on based on the actual concept or the themes of this trailer?
In terms of concept, I mean, visually and everything, you know, although it is all the same, I mean, I still love the style. I mean, I can't say no to Alien ever.
H.R. Geiger, man, I hold a special place in my heart for that, man.
I know, and Ridley Scott does do a really good job of capturing that world, and I do love seeing it. The only thing, visually, I can get away with it. Acting, I'm not big on this cast and crew for this, and what I've seen in the trailer, we'll see. It's just kind of cut and paste from the last crew, I guess, but we'll see.
You know what? I could kind of give it a little bit of the acting. They haven't showed us like a huge monologue of anybody. You know, everybody's just screaming and running. So I don't know how much acting you can get out of that, but it might be a good or a bad thing that they're not showing us a lot of it. Who knows? We might get surprised. But yeah, going back to the visuals, I do love how they are throwing a little bit more H.R. Geiger in there than I thought in Prometheus. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, Ridley Scott just has a really good way of angling shots from like a wide screen or just something from far away. He makes it feel very grandiose, and it absolutely just makes you feel small and insignificant, which is the perfect way
exactly.
to frame an alien movie.
Now, in terms of this world, I am curious about the fan theory and everything that you've heard, because I have not heard anything. I don't know if our listeners have heard anything.
Well, let's see. As far as theories now, so there are theories that they are going to the engineer homeworld, and I don't know how long the gap is between Prometheus and this film, but at least based on some of the stills that are been going around from I think Empire magazine, I'm not sure, they're actually showing really interesting scenes where it shows engineers and their civilization and how they're looking up at the sky in horror. And what people are guessing is David from the last movie. They show on the older ship that they ran away from at the ending of Prometheus, and him just dropping those black goo capsules to like this entire population of what I'm assuming are the engineers.
What?
And so there's this whole theory of how you see, and we'll get more into it as we go more into the characters that are here. Where it's possible that David just killed off an entire town of fucking engineers, or that there was this possible civil war going on between the engineers, where you had this sect that was more life-giving, which you see at the beginning of Prometheus with the whole sequence of the DNA fracturing and everything. and the killers and more controlling, population controlling engineers that you saw towards the end in the action sequence of Prometheus, and how those two packs had a conflict. And that's why you see a lot of dead bodies, and a lot of part of the trailers, those are dead engineers. I don't know. It could really go in a lot of ways. Like you can't fault Ridley Scott for having big ideas.
That's true. You really
that's
can't.
never missing, no matter what the execution, what you can say about it. That is definitely one of those things that I love about Prometheus. How even though he got a little bit out of way from his grasp, he definitely gave it his all. It didn't work out because it was written by how many people and under how much rewrites. Yeah, it was just
just one or two, right?
Yeah.
I'm curious to know if they'll ever circle back to the original. I don't know if that's ever been planned or if they are ever going to kind of do a hint towards the original. Because that's been one thing that I have liked, is they have gone so new with everything. With the first one, is they not until the end did you understand where the alien kind of came from.
Kind of.
And
it wasn't even the same alien.
And it wasn't even the same alien. So, but you kind of got this idea of, this thing, did it with this thing, and then that thing. Okay, wow.
There was a lot of fucking going around. Right?
There's way too many tentacles where they didn't need to be. But that happened. Okay.
But yeah, no, since we're in the topic of those aliens, I do find a little bit more hope because it does look like they're going to bring back more of the traditional alien. But aside from the alien that we have at the end, which I believe is called the Protomorph, which it's just so vicious and fast. I fucking love it, man. I mean, sure, I love Alien, but at the same time, you can tell that there was somebody inside a suit with stilts, and they were just trying to crawl up in you. No, this fucker looks vicious. It looks like a rabid dog that'll come out of anywhere and just attack you. And I don't know, man, that scene where he was just smashing his head on the windshield, motherfucker, give me your insurance. What the hell? I mean, that was really, really intense. I did like that. But I mean, I don't know. What did you think about the Protomorph?
I want to see more. That's all. I just want to see more.
You say that, man, but then it's once you get to the actual movie, you're just gonna be
no, not in the trailers. No, don't show it in the trailers. I like what they showed, but I'm excited to see more. I'm so excited to see what they show in the movie. That is just a whole new level of just shit in your pants.
What else can you do?
Right? Just game over, man. Game over.
And then there's also other kinds of what I believe are aliens or some kind of creatures. Did you see those spores that they stepped on? What do you think those things are?
I did see that. There was just that one little shot, and they didn't go back to it. And I'm like, whoa, wait. Now I have a theory that they're becoming airborne. And it's very much...
I grew becoming airborne.
Yeah, just getting in your eyes and shit and infesting... Oh my god, it's just gonna be brutal. You're gonna have 20 of them coming out of you.
Dude, that's It's like imagine when you say, how can this get any worse and it starts to rain? You're being alien, and instead of that, there's fucking alien viruses in the air. There's a dead civilization.
Because now because it's almost becoming a way where it's just learning to adapt to new environments and figuring out new ways to just get everywhere and just infest just an entire planet. Because when you're thinking about, when they enter the planet, there's no animals.
No.
And how quiet it is. And you wonder if there was, but think about how would
or
a
what
bird
if there
get infested
any, which is
by
just
it,
scary.
So maybe the bird, somehow this parasite learned if I become airborne, I can get everything. So just wipes out.
I can't wait till we make this in some kind of video visual because I just loved your face. We can get everything. You almost look like the villain from Leo the Professional. Everyone. You're gonna be popping pills in a second, man.
Right.
Oh man.
Pop out. No, but really, I'm just wondering if like somehow this thing is becoming. It just knows when it's like a parasite. Oh my god, how fucked up!
Dude.
How
Like, that's
bad
the love
could this
enough
get?
to
Oh,
make
it
a
just
movie.
knows. But yeah, just like little tidbits like that is like the perfect teasers where they just don't show where it's going, and you're just like, that was not just a little spore. That thing's gonna eat your balls off.
Maybe what those are on the ground, you know? First thing to go.
Jeez.
Oh man, but you know what? So yes, we talk about David coming back, and he's also Michael Fassbender is going to be portraying another android, which is Walter. I mean synthetic. I'm sorry, Alien fans. I know, major sin. I really do like how they're keeping David's whole role mysterious because. You don't even see his face. He's just in a hoodie, and then he is walking around that dead civilization of engineers. I don't know. Like his whole motivation in the Prometheus movie was kind of weird because I mean, sure, he was trying to figure out how to grant Mr. Wayland immortality, but since he is dead, what kind of motivation would he have to continue on with this really murderous? Just this murder spree, basically genocide, dude.
Right.
Like, what do you think would motivate that?
In terms of, I actually don't know, so I don't know if you know this. In terms of him being synthetic, what is he possible of thinking? Does he have emotions as a synthetic? Does he have? I just don't know how his thought process works and how those. I don't know. Because he's the only synthetic we've been introduced to, and we haven't like seen others that have like kind of broadened our scope of understanding what they're all about.
At least from what we saw in Prometheus, it does look like he was very capable of at least the most basic of emotions. You could see him that he had a preference for certain movies over others. He could learn very easily. So I think that, you know, especially when he's not placed in checks by all the people around him, you could think up some crazy shit with a fucking artificial brain, you know?
Well, definitely, and I just don't know if it's an understanding of an emotion, which is different than feeling it.
Yeah.
And then opposed to what his motivations would be for him as a synthetic species and his understanding of what human life is, which would be very different than him doing it for us as a species, understanding that he isn't synthetic. I don't know. Like, there's so many avenues for how his mind could work because he is a computer. I mean,
or maybe he's just having fun, you know?
Or maybe he's just saying, fuck all y'all. Like, I don't.
I'm Michael Fassbender. I can do what I want, bitch.
Right.
But yes, so one thing that I am interested in knowing is where are Shaw and Wayland? Because they're set to return too. I know Wayland is going to be we're going to have, what's this guy? His actual name is Guy. I forget his name. Guy Pearce. He's going to be playing a younger version of himself, Peter Wayland. But what do you think Shaw's role will be in this? I did see them pick up a tag from Wayland. There's a lot of rumors going as to maybe it's hers or someone else's, but we don't see a lot of Shaw, and she is confirmed to appear in this movie. What do you think her role might be?
That is the biggest question. I just don't even know how she got there, what she's doing. I don't know if somehow she's in it with David, like trying to figure everything out. Like, I don't know if there's a secret backstory. I can't even imagine. Girl, I would just be away from this as far as possible. Have you not learned from this past film?
Yeah, man.
The GTFO.
But, you know, she decided I want to go to where they live, so that's where they went. But you know what? I honestly think that, sure, it doesn't mean it's going to be a meaningless death, but I do think that she is dead at this point, man. Because there's no way that, at least from what I've seen in the stills from that magazine, that where David is killing off the engineers with the black goo, there's no way that Shaw would be into that. She was very theistic and, you know, she was very... How do you say? You just don't see her doing it, her character. No matter how mixed in Prometheus was, you don't see her character doing that. So all I'm thinking is that maybe David went rogue. He got her to repair him because who else could have fucking done it?
That's true.
And then once he got his body, he was like, bitch, you're out, you know? Like he went on. for his own deal.
Yeah.
And who knows? Like, one thing that I'm thinking is, like, what if Shaw, because she knew everything that was going on, she had access to that ship for no matter how long they were flying towards the next planet. What if she left some kind of clue or some kind of device that the other characters can use to save themselves? Think it's possible?
No.
Why not?
Have you seen the trailer? They're all dead. Have you seen that thing? Have you seen that new Alien? They are fucked. There is no way. There is no way.
It's just extremely difficult to kill a xenomorph, Zach. It's not impossible.
Uh-huh.
But yes, I mean, other than her being dead and there being, because I mean, come on, sure, if she's died, she died, but it'd be really boring if there was no consequence to her death, especially playing the most pivotal role in the last movie.
Would it though?
So,
I don't think that. Well, I don't think they would portray it that way. I think they would portray it as if her life, her dying is meaningless. It's because human life is meaningless. I can see them taking that route. Is this we're so small in this such bigger picture that it doesn't matter, you know?
But then you can also go the other route and how she does believe in an afterlife and she does believe in the, you know, a grander scale of things. What if she committed suicide?
I don't see that in her character.
Yeah.
I just don't. Especially if she's
at the point where it's like you're already been through all of this shit in the last planet. Because I mean, she mainly wanted to go to the homeworld of the engineers to find out why they were doing this. She never explicitly say, I want to kill them. So it makes sense to me that sure, she was dead, but I mean, there has to be something else, you know? Because I mean, sure, you can go with the nihilistic approach that, oh yeah, you know, life is meaningless, and she realized that, and then she was just taken out. I appreciate, you know, the irony of it, but at the same time, I feel like there has to be something else, man.
What if David's hiding the truth?
Of?
Everything. What if because if he killed the engineers, like he knew she was going there, he gets there first, kills everyone, because he knows like the answer, he's already figured it out. And then his whole goal is just to sabotage everything, and just to create a better alien.
But then again, you go with what motivation would he do that with?
Just
like it goes in circles. No, because the whole point that he was almost Wayland's servant, man. Half the movie of Prometheus, he was just under the foot of Wayland and doing everything that he wanted.
Right, now he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Now he can get the shots, and now we can really party it up in this alien.
Not like he's gonna die.
Hey man, synthetics can die. That's been shown in other movies.
That's true.
Even have a fear of death, so. But yeah, man, I really am interested in seeing what they do with Shaw. Even your approach where, you know, they find out life is meaningless and the most hopeful and most faithful of all the characters get killed off, even though it is anticlimactic, I would still, I could still see them go in that direction. But yeah, I'm just, you know what, I am not as excited as I was for Prometheus because that was like, the first movie in like 20, 30 years on the Alien franchise. But we'll see. Maybe they learned from their mistakes. Maybe we're going to have a tighter script. Maybe we're going to have a lot more, you know, good Alien because we have a lot of aliens. But really we have like a really good, effective Alien. But, yeah, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, other than Ridley Scott should make a Dead Space film.
Oh man, don't say that. Don't be careful what you wish for. Be careful, dude. I would not want to be that guy, man, just to kill a whole franchise. I mean, they've already.
Well, you don't think he can do it?
I think he can, but
he hasn't run Alien down the ground.
I don't know, man. I feel like he hasn't run it to the ground, but at least I feel like he's almost like rusty, man. Like he has trouble like balancing all of these grandiose ideas with the concept of aliens, which is very small. I'm also like considering like how are you going to connect like this large, expansive universe to a concept as small as Alien because they're going to connect it back to the movies, you know? Like, how are you going to scale it down?
They just need a good writer. One good writer. Not 50 mediocre ones.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Watch out for those face huggers. They're out there.
Oh God.
See y'all later.
Good night.